Have you ever had one of those memories that like comes back to you not in words, but like as a feeling or like even a smell?
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, it's powerful,
Yeah,
right? Like you're instantly transported back to that moment.
like a time machine for your senses.
Exactly. And that's kind of the territory we're going to be exploring today in this deep dive. This idea of scent memory and how it like really connects with us on a deeper level.
Yeah, and how brands are starting to tap into this in really fascinating ways.
Right. And it's all inspired by this article I was reading called Scent Memory: Why Emotional Branding Smells Like the Future.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, and it has this really cool art by Aditi Jain, and the whole premise is basically that in a world that's so like completely saturated with information and advertising and everything, the things that actually cut through and make a lasting impact are the ones that connect with us emotionally.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
Like we're bombarded with so much stuff all the time that if
Mhm.
something doesn't actually make us feel something, it just kind of disappears.
Yeah, it's like it's less about the features and more about the feeling, you know?
Totally. And I think that's a really important shift that we're seeing across the board.
So our goal today isn't just to like talk about perfume ads or anything.
Right.
It's really to dive into like the principles behind this idea of scent memory. You know, this focus on feeling, on ritual, on these kind of subtle sensory cues,
Right.
and see how we can all apply that to anything we're creating to make it more memorable and impactful.
I love that.
So the article starts off by talking about how, like most marketing, it's all about what we see and hear, targeting our eyes and ears.
Yeah, visual sound bites, all that.
But scent, it kind of takes this like back road directly to the emotional center of our brains.
It bypasses the logic almost.
Yeah, it's like it doesn't even bother with like rational processing. It just goes straight for the feels.
And there's a reason for that, neurologically speaking.
Yeah.
Yeah. So the olfactory bulb, the part of our brain that processes smells, it's directly connected to the amygdala, which is like the emotion hub, and the hippocampus,
Yeah.
which is key for memory formation.
So that's why a certain smell can just like instantly trigger this like intense emotional response and bring back like vivid memories.
Exactly. It's like a direct highway to your feelings, bypassing all the usual traffic.
Wow, that's fascinating.
Yeah, it is.
And what's really interesting is that the article talks about how this scent logic isn't limited to just fragrance.
Right.
Like, think about perfume names nowadays, like Missing Person or Lazy Sunday Morning.
Yeah.
They're not selling you a list of ingredients, they're selling you a feeling and experience.
A moment.
Right. And you instantly get it. You know what they're talking about.
And that's so powerful.
And it's not just a small trend either, it's like a huge shift in how we think about brands and products.
So like this move from selling a product to curating an experience.
Yeah, and the article even talks about how like the visual art that accompanies fragrance ads now, it's less about showcasing the bottle and more about like evoking a mood, a feeling.
It's all about creating that emotional connection.
So what does this all mean for us? The article offers 3 key insights that I think are super relevant no matter what you do.
Okay, I'm listening.
So the first one is to really focus on the feeling you want to create, not just the format.
But start with the emotion and let that guide everything else.
Exactly what feeling do you want someone to walk away with after interacting with your work, your product, even just you as a person?
That's a great question to ask yourself.
The second point is that consistent small actions, what they call ritual, can actually create stronger memories than like one-off grand gestures.
It's the power of repetition and consistency.
Yeah, you might not remember every ad you've seen, but you'll remember how a certain brand or person made you feel consistently.
Absolutely. Like, think about the brands you're most loyal to. They probably do a really good job of creating that sense of ritual and positive reinforcement.
Right, it's like those small repeated interactions that add up to something much bigger.
Like that coffee shop where they know your order.
Exactly. Or like that online store that always sends you a handwritten thank you note.
Those little things make a huge difference.
Okay. And the third takeaway is to develop a sensory signature for whatever you're building.
Okay, what does that mean exactly?
So it doesn't have to be a literal smell.
Right.
It could be a distinctive tone in your writing, a recurring phrase. You use a specific color palette, anything that's like instantly recognizable and makes you stand out.
So it's like creating a consistent and unique impression
Mm-hmm.
across all the different ways people interact with you.
Yeah, exactly. Like a visual or auditory or even like a feeling signature.
I like that, a feeling signature.
So it's like what makes you instantly memorable, you know?
It's like a brand, but for a person.
Totally. And I think that's something we can all be more intentional about. So as you're thinking about all of this, I want you to consider this. If the experience of engaging with you or your work had a scent memory, What feeling would that scent evoke?
That's a great question to ponder.
And what small, consistent changes could you make to cultivate that feeling intentionally?
It's about being mindful and deliberate about the kind of impact we want to have.
Exactly. I
Yeah.
love that.
Well, thanks for diving deep with us today.
It's been a pleasure.
And we hope this has given you some new ideas and perspectives on how to make what you do not just noticed, but truly remembered.
Absolutely.
Thanks for listening.
See ya.